Hey Boss Nail Babes, how are you doing? Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. I have something in my hair and I don't know what it is. Gross. It's so good to be back. That was a wonderful vacation I had with my family. I got fresh air, I got hiking. We always kind of need to do that sometimes. Get a little, get away from it all, come back, be on fire for the business, and that's where I'm at. So, exactly 10 days ago, you probably saw, if you're checking Boss Nail Babes frequently, and you absolutely should be. Hi guys, hi. You probably saw the poll that I did where I said, let's get to know our team better. What kind of stylist are you? Okay, and I want to make sure you all know that it's okay to be any one of these kinds of stylists, but I want to kind of break it down for you so you can help better understand your goals and kind of where you fit in and where your community is here with Color Street, okay? So the first kind that we had on the poll was a kit stealer. That's okay. Like, let's just call it what it is. We have an amazing product. We have a very heavily discounted kit. There are no sales minimums. There's no requirements, no contracts. People are going to enroll to steal the kit. That's okay. Totally okay. Be upfront about it. If you're just here to steal the kit, we still love you. We still welcome you. We want you here in this community. I like to know if someone is just planning on stealing the kit. I want them to communicate with me, because I don't want to be pushing them towards goals that are my goals and not their goals. So if they don't have any intention of selling, they just want that kit, please, if you're enrolling, just let your enroller know. We respect it. We totally do, okay? You're welcome here. Boss Nail Babes is still your group, all right? Totally good. The next kind of stylist would be a discount stylist. So that's someone that really has no interest in actively selling. Maybe they have a VIP group, maybe they don't. They're probably not wanting to host parties. They just really want to buy their own. They're probably a big time buyer of Color Street anyways. They probably regularly buy Color Street. Maybe they have a friend or a family member that also wants to buy from them. But they're not probably someone that you can rely on, to be cute each month. You're probably not going to want to build a team under them, and you're definitely not going to want to pressure them to for something like Circle of Excellence, okay? So if someone enrolls with me, I like to know if they're just going to be a discount buyer. Again, that way I'm not, they don't need to go through the whole Jumpstart Smart Start stylist group to learn how to host parties and to enroll. That's not something that would work for them or be a realistic goal for them. So if someone has the intention of being a discount stylist, totally cool again. Boss Nail Babes is still your group. We have team events, we have functions, we have get-togethers, we have trainings, we have fun posts. This is a community. Boss Nail Babes was built as a community for everyone, not just business builders. Boss Nail Babes is for everyone, whether you want to actively build a huge business or you're just here to have fun and maybe buy a set of nails once a month. Okay, so it's important for everybody to know that everyone is welcome here. It's also good to tell your enroller which kind of stylist you identify with or you want to be, and then to tell them if your goals change. Here's the big thing. You need to understand that sometimes goals change. You may enroll at a point and be like, I just want to be a kit stealer, and then you make a couple sales and and you're like, you know what? I love this. I want to be a part-time stylist. I want to host. I don't really want to have a team yet. I don't want to enroll, but I do want to do this more. I want to bump up my goal. So this is why we want to identify where we're at, but we also want to make sure we are communicating with our uplines, with our mentors, where we're at, because goals change. And the kind of stylist that you want to be changes too. I promise you. I was going to be a kit stealer, okay? I have no negative feelings towards anyone on this team that signed up to be a kit stealer. Whether you stay that way or whether those goals change, that is a-okay. I initially was going to be a kit stealer, okay? And then I started this business and I became an all-in person really, really fast. Goals change. We don't know that. Your uplines are not mind readers. You've got to communicate. If you started it all in, then you're like, pump the brakes, I can't do this, this isn't for me. Please communicate as well if you want to, go down to being a discount stylist. Again, there's a place here for everyone, okay? So we've covered the kit stealer, we've covered the discount stylist, then there's what I would call a hobby stylist, okay? So this is someone that, let's see, what did I put as it? Not really looking to work too hard. Sometimes they BQ, sometimes they don't. These are people that are probably here for the community. They probably are really enjoying the sisterhood. They're not necessarily here to make the money. They may or may not be here, to earn the free nails, but they really want to have that sisterhood and that enjoyment, and that's okay. This is a perfect place for that. Again, Boss Nail Babes is perfect for that. But if they're really not here to work the business, it can be very hard to depend on those people like to build a team with. If BQing is not going to be their baseline for their business, it's good to know that up front. Again, I don't want to be, being like, hey girl, are you going to BQ? Is this something you want to do? She's just here to have fun and make friends. Again, totally okay. But if that's you, communicate that to your upline. Let them know, say, hey, I'm just a hobbyist. I just, am here to have fun. I'm not someone who is consistently planning on BQing each month. That's just where I'm at. I got mad respect for that. The more communication, the more you can openly communicate as an adult, the better. Again, I think I have a sneeze coming. Again, you're welcome here. You can come to all of our functions. You come on all of our trainings. When we have in-person events, when we have book club, hobbyist discounts, kids dealers, you're still welcome here. You're a valuable part of our team. Okay? The next that I'm going to talk about is just going to be a part-time stylist, a non-builder. Okay? So there's 2 part-time stylists that I'm talking about here. So a part-time stylist is someone that baseline of your business, you are planning on BQing every month. Okay? That means you have a VIP group and you are hosting parties. Remember, if you want to work this business, and really if you do want to work the business, meaning if you're not a kids dealer, you're not a discount stylist, and you're not a hobby stylist, if you're looking to have a little side business, maybe this isn't going to be your end all, and that's fine, you absolutely should plan on hosting parties. That's the best way to grow your warm market, and your business will actually die. It will die, plateau, and come to a standstill if you're not running nail bars. It can be in-person nail bars, it can be online virtual nail bars, but a basic part-time stylist, a non-builder, should be running a VIP group, focusing on income-producing activities, really focusing on expanding their warm market, expanding their network, okay, people that want to buy from them, and they're interested in selling. They're interested in making commissions, making those sales, and selling to their customers. That's where they find joy. So they should be hosting parties. Bare minimum for someone that wants to be a part-time builder, absolutely, bottom line should be $300 a month that you sell, okay? $300, there's a reason why we have that BQ there. $300 is kind of the threshold for a business that we can tell we're actually working it. If you have bare minimum, like 2 parties that qualify at $150, that's going to get you to $300. $300 is really 8 buy 3 get 1 free party packs. That's not a lot. That's not a lot of sales in a month. It's not hard to do. So really, if you're looking to actively host a business and you want to keep it going and you want to keep building, you should always plan on $300. And let your enroller know that, okay? And I say be upfront. If you don't want to build a team and leadership isn't for you, and it's not for everyone, and we have to remember that that's okay. We cannot force our wishes or our goals on other people. We've got to meet them where they're at. So let's say you started off as a discount stylist, and you're like, nail bars are my jam. I love in-person stuff. I want to bump up to a part-time stylist. I want to start hosting more nail bars. I want to be a reliable BQer. Please let your enroller and your upline know that so we can work with you on goals. We're going to talk about mock nail bars, different kinds of nail bars. We're going to get you active in that Jumpstart Smart Start group. We're going to get you walking, through those steps. We're going to be checking in with you, having accountability calls, asking about your learning. If we see a good training on a new type of nail bar, we're going to send it to you. If we're coming up with ideas for income-producing activities during that month, we're going to send it to you. If, we try a new idea for a live sale, we can send it to you because we know that you're interested in selling, and we know that you're here, not only to get the free nails and have fun in the community, but you also actively want to build a business. You want to sell. So that would be a part-time stylist. Now, none of the things I'm talking about here require full-time work. Even an all-in-person does not mean you have to quit your job. All of these I would consider part-time, okay? So none of these require you to give up everything for Color Street. In fact, we'll get to that, but I would prefer that you don't. So we've covered kids dealer, we've covered discount stylist, we've covered hobby stylist, and then I just covered the part-time stylist. The part-time stylist that's looking to maintain BQ, bare minimum. That means you are going to guarantee that, no matter what, you're going to at least host 2 parties that qualify at $150, and you're looking to build your network. You're not just going to sit there and maybe make a sale a month. You are actively looking to find new customers. You're handing out those samples. You're coloring 10. Maybe you don't have the enrolling mindset. Maybe that might come later for you that you get comfortable with. Maybe you just don't want to have to onboard or help anyone. It's just not your jam. Again, sister, I get it. I didn't think it was going to be my jam. I started to steal a kit, wasn't going to build a team, never was going to enroll, and here I am. So I will ask that you always communicate where you're at and where your goals are at and when they change. Again, I am not a mind reader. And people can get really upset with me when they say that they're one thing and their goals change, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, you got to tell me so I can help you, and so your uplines and your enrollers can help you. Okay, your goals can go up, they can go down. Let us know where you're at so we can meet you there and do what is best for you. All right. Also, I like to be a dependable person. I don't want someone depending on me to BQ if I'm a discount stylist. That's going to put undue pressure on me. Things like that. So we've covered those. The next would be a part-time builder stylist. So this is someone that does all the things that a part-time stylist does. They're hosting parties. They know that BQ is the baseline of their business. Okay? But also they have an enrolling mindset. They're looking to build a team. They want to enroll people. They want to be working on flipping those party hosts. They have a hot list and a cold list. They are following up with people, and they have a passion for the business. They have a passion that they want to share, not only selling, but they realize that this company is the best thing that we sell. Okay, so they're not afraid to get out there and talk and lead with the business first. They're, having party hosts, and they're flipping them, telling them that they should do this business. They're taking on the challenge of onboarding, which again, you guys, isn't scary, isn't hard. We have a whole group and a program for that, for you to train your new people as you onboard them. You should just be, doing a once a week accountability call with them, really, which is not hard to do. But these are people that do want to grow a team. They're interested in leadership. You do not have to have previous leadership experience to grow or enroll or onboard or build a team. You don't have to be a stylist with any experience to enroll. I enrolled my first stylist 6 days in. Do you think I had any idea what I was doing with Lori? And she's amazing, by the way. I had zero. I knew nothing. Some of our most successful enrollers are stylists that are in their first couple of months. Do you know why? Because they have a passion and an excitement, and it is fresh and new and amazing, and they're on fire. Get out. If you want to build a team, maybe you started off as just a part-time stylist and you're like, okay, now I'm ready. Let your enroller and your mentor know. We're going to give you some resources. We're going to help you. We're going to set goals with you that wouldn't be the same as they would be for, say, a part-time stylist that does not want to build a team. There's different things that you focus on that you add into your habits if you're wanting to build a team. Okay? There we go. So that is what a part-time builder stylist would be. Now I'm going to talk about the last type of stylist. This is what I would call all-in. Okay? All-in. Now this, again, does not mean a certain rank. It doesn't mean you have to quit your job and do this full-time. It doesn't mean you have to be a senior director. You could be all-in as a baby stylist, as a baby BQ stylist. What really signifies someone that is all-in to me is their hunger. Is their hunger and their drive for the business. That they want to make significant income. They want to build a team, and they don't want to, they want to do it. They want to do all the things. They're willing to fail. They're willing to be coached. They're going to communicate. They're going to ask for help. They're going to find their resources first, and they're going to use their resources, and they're going to take it upon themselves to be solution-based. Notice I didn't say they don't ever struggle, because anyone that's all in will struggle. We will still struggle to book parties. We will still struggle and have dry enrollment months or whatever, but really an all-in person has a hunger and a drive that the other types of stylists do not, and that's okay. Being crazy on fire for Color Street isn't everybody's everything. I get that, and I don't expect it to be, but I certainly want to know when it is for someone. These types of all-in stylists, we all know who they are on our team. Like, I'm sure you can think of somebody that's all-in. I'm sure you can think of Kayla Springs. I'm sure you can, think of Carrie Noakes. I'm sure you can think of people on our team that are all-in. They are always showing up for things, okay? They're showing up for the team. All-in stylists are checking Boss Nail Babes every day. They are in the know. You cannot be all-in and check Boss Nail Babes once a week. You're not going to know what's going on. They're really putting forth the time and the effort to hone their craft. And I would say, whereas, a part-time stylist or a part-time builder might be hosting 2 to 4 nail bars a month, really a goal for someone that's all in would be to hit circle of excellence. If you want to grow a team and make stupid money, Executive is really the point in the comp plan where you're going to make great money. And I know you guys all know where that income disclosure statement is. You can go view it in the resource library. But if you're wanting to make significant income with Color Street and you want to get there and you have this hunger, you're like, maybe your why is so, so important. And I would encourage you to really dig deep as to why you want to be all in. Beyond just income, why? What would that income do for you? What would it mean for your family? What would it mean for your life? How would it change your life? Because that hunger is what's going to drive you. But if you're really wanting that income, the only way to grow a team and to build, and the big income comes with executive. And the only way you can reach executive is by promoting your ranks and building a team. The best way to build a team is to consistently hit Circle of Excellence every month. $1,000 a month in sales and bare minimum enrolling 2 people. Notice how this shifts. It's not like, ooh, $300 a month is my baseline as an all-in person. No, I would say if somebody's baseline is just to sell $300 a month, that's not someone that's all in. That is someone that wants to work their business. Good on ya. I want to help you do that. I want to meet you where you're at. But if you're ready to grow and you want to make significant income, you want to have high personal volume, high enrollment, baseline $300 should be nothing to you. Like, I don't ever think about like, ooh, I need to BQ this month. BQ happens for me like very early on. My goal is to have volume. I want to have 8 parties a month is my goal. I didn't start there. I still struggle. Sometimes I get 6, sometimes I get 2, sometimes I have 12, but really 8 is my sweet spot for hitting Circle of Excellence. I know that if I can have 8 nail bars a month, now I don't do them all solo. I do all my 8 nail bars in one mega party. It's very easy. Again, this is still part-time. This does not mean to be all in. You have to only do Color Street. In fact, 95% of our all-in stylists that I'm aware of have full-time jobs. They have kids. They have the same struggles that everybody else in this group has. They just don't use them as excuses. They're going to find a way to make this work because they have that hunger and that desire to better themselves, to use their resources. They're jumping on the trainings. When we have those guest trainers in here, they're on them. They may have a full-time job and 8 kids, a bunch of toddlers running around, but they're going to be on a coaching call. They're going to say when they need help. They're going to communicate when they have a tough mental health day. They're going to ask for help when they need it. They're going to offer help to others. They're going to be participating on posts. When we do challenges, when we do team events, they show up. Someone that is all in shows up for their business, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's not so fun, even when they're in a sales plateau, they show up and they handle their stuff, okay? Someone that is all in also would be running their business from the 15th to the 14th. Someone that's all in is not going to BQ on the 29th of the month. That is not working your business. That to me tells me that you're not consistently hosting parties. You're not consistently doing income producing activities. You're probably not following up with people in your parties. So for me, when I'm looking to work with people, when I'm going to give people my extra love and attention, I'm giving my love and attention to my brand new stylists that I'm onboarding and training. Okay, in their jumpstart period, their first 95 days, they get my priority, and my all-in stylists get my priority. Everyone else, we all have this amazing Boss Nail Babes group where everyone is able to learn. We have the official Color Street Stylist group with Connect the Dots. We have the Tuesday trainings. We have a plethora of resources available to everyone. But, sorry, it's my dentist. To be giving my extra time and love to people, I'm looking to help those brand new stylists wherever they're at. I don't care what their goals are. They should all get the same onboarding from me. But then I am looking to work closely with the all-in people because they want it. And they're people that I can depend on. If I have placements to make, as you know, you may or you may not know this, but with Color Street, you have this amazing magical comp plan. Once you hit the rank of team leader or above, if you enroll stylists within their first 35 days, if they're strong, I will choose to place them on one of my strong selling teams. I can literally build strong selling teams. Now, if someone is not a very strong stylist, or maybe they just have told me, they've been honest and like, hey, I'm just a kid stealer, I'm never going to BQ. Great! You're welcome here. I love you on this team. I want you. But I'm probably just not going to place them. I'm not going to put them I'm not going to put them with Kayla Springs, who's one of my strongest sellers. I'm going to just let them chill and relax and not feel pressured to do those things. But if I do have a really strong new stylist that comes to me and they're like, hey, I'm all in. I want to enroll. I want to do parties. I want to try it all. I'm not scared. I am going to look to place them with one of my strong selling legs. Okay? So I build all-in people. I will not place under a part-time stylist ever again. I used to do that. I will not place under a part-time builder. Okay? I will only build all-in people. People that tell me that people that show up and out because they're the best people to lead teams. Doesn't mean they're the only kind of leader. You can be any kind of leader you want to be. But I know if I'm going to place my babies, my amazing stylist, it's going to be under someone that shows up. It's going to be someone I can depend on, and someone that can build their own team without me having to build the whole team for them. Okay, so I would say an all-in stylist consistently is running their business from the 15th to the 14th. That means that they are BQ'd easily by the 15th. Because if your goal is to host 8 parties a month or close to it, maybe it's 6, maybe it's 5. Again, if you're hosting 6 parties a month, you should not be at $200 on the 17th of the month. You should be consistently running those parties, knowing how to do income producing activities, and also knowing how to use your resources. It does not mean you won't struggle, you will. But when you're like, God, my sales are down this month, someone that's a hobby stylist might be, you know what, like, this isn't for me. It's just not my month. I don't need to BQ this month. An all-in person will be like, what do I need to do? Pop my earbuds in. I'm going to Google Molly Fitch party training. I'm going to go and make sure I catch this week, and last week's Tuesday training, because it was all about sales. I am going to be solution-based to address this issue in my business, and if I can't, I'm going to ask for help. I'm going to get coaching. And I'm going to, guess what? I'm going to be coachable. This is a big thing. I have a lot of people that say they're all in, but they won't accept help. They won't accept anyone else's ideas. They think they know it all, and they don't communicate. And then they get really upset when they don't hit goals. But again, your uplines are not mind readers. I literally don't know if you're struggling unless you tell me. Okay, so these people are the people that show up every day. And they're the people that I choose to build. And I have conversations with people before I build them, like, to make sure that they're all in. Hey, if I don't see that they're BQ'd by the 15th, I won't place under them. If I don't see that they can enroll their own people, I won't place under them. But that's not enough for me. I need to know that they're going to be there 6 months from now for these stylists that I've placed under their teams. And this is a big one, you guys. Please don't say that you're all in if you're not all in. If you're sitting at $0 right now, you probably are more of like a hobby stylist. You could be working to be a part-time stylist, and you could be working to be a part-time builder, but probably not all in. And this probably isn't a priority in your life, and it's okay. It's not a priority for a lot of people. Now, this doesn't mean to be all in that this has to be your only gig. I would say that your best warm market, your best networking skill is having another job in the workplace, okay? When you take away that peopling and your interaction and meeting people and being out and about and face-to-face and being able to pop samples on, you take away a lot of your ability to network. And I'm not saying that can't be done. I quit my job, but I really had to use Color Street to learn how to be a good network marketer. Like, I had to learn it. It wasn't something that came easy to me. It wasn't something that was natural or innate to me. I have to work at meeting people every day because I don't have an outside workplace to do it. I have to work 10 times harder than people that go to work every day have to. I'm willing to do it because I'm all in, but it's not easy. And so I would say that, like, no, just to be all in does not mean that this has to be your full-time job, or that doesn't even have to be your goal. I don't want you to quit your job. I want you to make stupid money so you can do whatever the heck you want at your full-time job and live your best, most passionate life doing what sets your soul on fire. But please, again, communicate. This is where I get really upset and I feel very misled. As someone that is a high enroller, and we have a lot of other enrollers on our team, if I come out to you and you're like, yes, I'm all in, I'm in this business, and I'm like, great, so you're going to take good care of my people, please be respectful. It's fine. Stuff happens. Life happens. You could tell me that you're all in and, like, something happens with your family or you're battling something else. I get it. And I would really appreciate if someone has placed under you or built a team with you and your goals change, you've got to tell them right away. I've got to make sure that my people are taken care of. I've got to work with them. I've got to rebuild. I've got to figure out what I'm doing. If your goals change, will I be disappointed, and will your other people be disappointed? Probably, because we love you, because we know what you're capable of. But I understand. I do. I know that this isn't everybody's everything, but what really gets my goat is when someone says they're all in, and you've placed under them, and you've built them, and you have coached them, and you've been available for them at 11 p.m. at night, and you have, like, given your blood, sweat, and tears, and then you reach out to help them with their goal, and they ghost you. They're sitting at zero all month. They ghost you. They don't just communicate. All I ask is that you communicate. Let's say you've been all in for 9 months, and you know what? You're like, you know what? This isn't for me. This business model isn't for me. Tell me. I'm not going to yell at you. What really bothers me is when there's a lack of communication and placements have been made under you, or we don't know how to help you. I don't know if those people are being taken care of. Do I have to take on this whole team? Can your upline take it? Are you working with them? Are you just taking a break? What's going on? So please don't ever be the kind of stylist that just ghosts someone that's trying to help you. We're trying to usually see where you're at and where your goals are at so we can meet you at your goals, all right? But I am looking to work specifically with all-in people and new stylists because, again, we only have so much time in our day. The resources are out there for everybody else. We have a huge community where we have fun. We have book clubs starting up again. We have all sorts of activities and challenges and things you can win, cups, and you do this challenge and you can win free stuff from me. We have made Boss Nail Babes a place for everyone, not just the all-in people. And if you are all-in and you want to earn that crazy money, we do have a specific group for those people that want to build to executive. It's called Road to Executive. It is hard, but it is the things that you already should be doing as an all-in stylist. If you're doing the all-in things, talk to me. Usually about the time you hit senior stylist or team leader, it would be a good fit for you once you've gotten your enrolling feet going and you have started to build a little bit of a team. If you're a brand new stylist right now and you're all in, keep working at it. Make sure your uplines and your mentors know. Make sure they know that you're like, hey, no matter what life throws at me, no matter what hardships, I'm going to be here. I'm going to show up. Because those people are very unique. I would say they're very rare. They don't come along often. Maybe 1 in 20 people I enroll will ever be an all-in stylist. Most people fall within the hobby stylist, the part-time stylist, and the part-time builder. I would say those are the most common, would be those 3. And that's okay. You guys make this team what it is. Some of my hobby stylists are the best, most nurturing people on this team that make it an amazing team. And there's a place for you here. So I just wanted to clarify what those were, because as I'm going through them, I'm like, wait, this, and I'm shocked because I'm like, oh my God, I've made like 5 placements into this girl, and she's saying she's a hobby stylist. Like, I had no idea. She never communicated. Like, I didn't know this. Like, what? I'm panicking, you know, and I'm like, when did this change? Like, there's been no communication. So really make sure you have those open lines of communication and don't beat around the bush, and let us help you. If your goal that month is just to have fun and not stress BQ, tell us. Then we'll back off. If your goal was to be a discount stylist and now you're like, okay, my husband lost his job, I've got to be all in. I have a different why now. Your why's changed, your reasons changed. Tell us. We can get you connected. We'll get you a battle buddy that's going to push you. We're going to check in and have accountability calls with you. We're going to keep you on track with your goals. But we can't do it without communication. And please, dear God, if someone has made placements under you and your goals change, or you're, you know, all of a sudden you just can't, you know, like life happens, do not be the kind of person that does not communicate with that person that's made those placements for you. That is the biggest slap in the face and the biggest disrespect. So please don't do it, because I've had it done to me by so many people. And then I reach out just to see how they're doing, and they act like I'm like the rudest person in the world. They're like, how could you ask if I need help with my team? Like, this isn't about you, Ashley. And I'm like, I had a conversation with you like 3 times on the phone, and you said you were here and you were going to show up and you were going to take care of these 3 stylists I placed with you, and they're telling me that like no one's helped them in months. Like, I just want communication. So the reason why I wanted to cover these different types of stylists is so that we can communicate about them. It's okay to be at any one of those points. It's okay to change your goals between different types. I just want everybody to communicate like grown-ass adults. That's all. I do, always. You guys know, like, I'm always going to be kind. I'm never mean-spirited. I'm never mean. But I'm always just going to be real and honest. You can never go wrong, ever, you guys, if you're honest and upfront. Do not beat around the bush. Don't worry about upsetting somebody else. You've got to do this for you. And you need to find what kind of stylist fits in with your lifestyle and what's going to bring you joy. If being all in is like, you're like, I could never do that. Like, this isn't my main gig. Like, this isn't what that's not for you. It's not for a lot of people. And that's okay. That's totally okay. But really think about where you're at. It might even mean changing where you are in that poll. Because you bet your ass if somebody is saying that they're all in, I'm going to be checking in with them. And I already have, and I'm like, wait. The person says they're all in, but they are at $0. Like, what? Where's the disconnect? I'm not judging anyone. I'm like, how are you at $0 and not selling, but you're all in? Like, I really think that that's a conversation that needs to be had. Like, have they done the Jumpstart Smart Start group? Do they know about the resources? I would probably start them back at the beginning like a new stylist. Okay, we'd start with brand new baby beginner goals and get them there. But that's a conversation I would love to have. if someone is all in and they have the drive and determination to be there. So I'm going to jump off, and I'm just going to see if there's any questions here. I'm going to scroll back up in this chat. You like the shirt, Haley? Thanks. I have my Zion shirt. I don't have bra on, so I'm trying to hide it with my sweater and my hair. Let's see what happens. Yeah, and that is totally okay. Hi from Canada, Julie. Taylor says, I enrolled friends the few days after I enrolled, and we learned together. Absolutely. You guys, being a brand new student, stop waiting until you know this whole business to enroll. That's the silliest mentality you're ever going to, like, if we waited to have kids until we could afford them, do you think any of us would have kids? No. You enroll and you learn. You do not have to know this business to enroll someone. You literally just have to love it and have fun. You can, guess what? All the resources are out there to teach them. You don't have to teach someone when you enroll them. We have a Jumpstart Smart Start group. We have app trainings. We have Tuesday trainings. We have Boss Nail Babes. We have official Color Street Stylists. You do not have to, the training is not on you, sister. You don't have to train them. You just need to point them to the resources and be a friend to them and have fun with them, okay? Oh, I love it. Steph Roberts, one of our enrolling queens. You don't need any experience to enroll. I enrolled 3 stylists my first 2 months without any clue. And you guys, Stephanie is one of our fastest growing stylists. She is an all-in stylist, and she really takes this business seriously. Yep, Taylor says, I didn't know anything. I love it. I love hearing your guys' responses on enrolling. Yes, please stop waiting to enroll. And guess what? If you clicked that I'm an all-in stylist and I check in with you and I'm like, all right, let's talk about your hot list. Where are you at? How many people are you talking to about the business? And you're like, ooh, you know, I think I'm going to wait until I'm ready for that. You're not, like, then we'll have that conversation. Okay, where do you lie? Like all in probably isn't going to be your comfort zone right now. Do you consider yourself more of a part-time stylist where you just want to sell? You don't want to enroll. Because I'm not going to set the same goals for those 2 types of people. You see what I'm saying? We all need an accountability buddy. I agree, Taylor. Own your choices and your words is okay. Thank you, Taylor. Thanks, Taylor. That pretty Southern accent. Absolutely. But you know, and Taylor says, who wouldn't want to make stupid money? I used to have this thing too, like, I'm so driven that it's a fault of mine. Like, there's nothing I'll do that I won't be the best at. It's just a driver of mine. I've been that way since I was a little girl. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it to where I'm the best at it. It's been with every job I've ever had, with every, like, relationship I'm in. Like, it's just the way I am. It's just the way I was raised. But not everybody is here for the money. Some people really are here for the friendships. Some people are just here for this to pull them out of a dark place. Some people are here because they're battling mental health and they just want the fun and the distraction. Some people want the recognition. They don't care about money. They just want to be recognized for doing a good job. Everyone has different whys and different motivators, and so I realized that I can't put my plans and my goal, just because my goal is to make $100,000 a month, don't mean everybody else wants that. And I can't put that pressure on other people, which is why we should realize where we lie as a stylist and identify and communicate our goals with our uplines. And when those goals change, talk about it, talk it out, tell them, because we can help you. Whether it's upping your goal or lowering your goal, we can help meet you there. Agree, Lorraine Vasquez says communication is vital. It really is. This is not a time to beat around the bush, because people need to be taken care of. When goals change, that's fine, but we have got to make sure we take care of our people, and we can't be taking care of them if we're ghosting people. That is, like, to me, the biggest slap in the face. If someone reaches out to communicate with you and you ghost them, just be a grown adult and talk to them. Like, there's nothing more insulting than someone ghosting you. And that doesn't mean that, like, if I were to reach out to Julie Hayes for, like, a basic question, like, hey, would you check my wording on this? I'm not going to get a response. She's not my direct upline. So there are times a lot of you guys, unfortunately, will reach out to me, and, like, if you're on my line 8, like, I'm very busy. That's not ghosting you. I will expect you to go to, like, your uplines and your mentors first, but you got to communicate with them so that we as a team can help you. I'm loving these comments, you guys. This is great. Haley says Road to Executive is the best. Everyone should work towards that. It is fun. Haley, you have the drive. You have the determination. We have had stylists start in Road to Executive, I think not understanding that they needed to be all in, and that's probably my fault. And they found it very discouraging because they couldn't keep up with the level of work. They didn't have the same drive and determination that you do, Haley, to put into this business. Doesn't mean you have an easier life. I know you do not. Doesn't mean you have less kids. I know you do not. It just means that you have the drive and the hunger to be there, and some people don't. And that's okay. okay, is where I want to get with this. It's okay wherever you land on the spectrum. All is well with the Lord. Angela says, yes, it's very frustrating to just hear negative from downlines. Like, I can't run your business for you. Please communicate and be open to suggestions. Absolutely. And I actually won't take complaints from downlines. And in coaching, Angela, I would really recommend you getting a book called The Coaching Habit. I just ask questions. Like, if they have a complaint, I'll be like, wow, I'm so sorry to hear about your horrible day. Like, what are you going to do about it? What are your solutions that you've thought of? What trainings have you watched in the last couple days to get you through this challenge? I'm not there to work, like you said, I'm not there to work their business for them. But if someone comes to me with something negative, they gosh darn better be ready to come up with a solution for themselves, too. Okay, I'm loving these. I know, Taylor says, but damn the potential and the opportunity if you did go all in. And you know what, you guys? It's important to not push people to be all in until they're ready, until they decide. Because I have a lot of people that start as hobby stylists, and they do this real slow, and they build a business slow, and then they turn into a part-time stylist a long time, and then they maybe casually start enrolling, and then it sets their soul on fire. But if I pushed that hobby stylist to be all in at the very beginning, she would quit. She would get overwhelmed and she would quit. This is why it's so important to talk about what kind of stylist we are and we identify with, because we've got to meet people where they're at and help them with goals that are theirs and not ours. Amanda says, staying at BQ right now, but I want to keep working at being all in. I'm getting a bit overwhelmed right now with just all the follow-up with parties on top of my VIP group. I have a goal of starting the Jumpstart group from the beginning and doing baby steps. Do I need to stay on top of my follow-up along with all that? Just completely restart in the beginning. Amanda, if you're getting overwhelmed, I would say your first goal should be to identify some time management training. I've done several in this group. Like, the resources are there for you. If parties and follow-up is your struggle, watch some trainings on how to do a mega party. Ask how people that are high partiers, we congratulate them every month. We recognize them here in Boss Nail Babes. Ask how they are able to run the high level parties. If your follow-up is crazy, like, there's a ton of trainings out there. We have the VO Resource Library Tuesday trainings. We have YouTube on how to simplify that for you. And yes, Amanda, I would go through and restart in the Jumpstart Smart Start. I wouldn't drop your parties. I wouldn't drop your follow-up. But I would carve out 15 minutes a day, which is not a lot, to make sure you're going through that Jumpstart Smart Start. Because I do see you enrolling, and you got to know what's in that Jumpstart Smart Start group so you can get your people through it and you can train them properly. So that's a really good question. The overwhelm is real. It doesn't have to be overwhelming to be all in. You just have to be committed to making it work. Like, we're all, like what Amanda's talking about, I have felt. I know every single one of my all-in people has felt what she's feeling. But instead of it being like I'm just overwhelmed, I'm just going to BQ this month, we're like, how can I? Instead of, I can't, the answer is, how can I? What do I need to, how can I make this work? So it's really like the all-in people, it's a mindset shift. It really is a mindset change of, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to be. I'm going to show up every day. How can I make it work for my life? Okay, I'm crazy busy. I'm working 14-hour days at the sheriff's office. How can I still hit circle of excellence this month? How can I make it work? What do I need to switch? What do I need to flip, simplify, take out, remove from my business? Who do I ask for help? Who do I reach out to? How do I pre-schedule all the posts for a month? Do I use Post My Party? Do I use Visly? What are the things I need to learn to do? How can I? Angela says, I literally enrolled for something to do. And Angela, you are a freaking rock star. People will enroll for all different reasons, and they can find different whys, and they can change their goals. So I like to talk about this. Julie says, if I get frustrated, I jump back into watching training. Julie, you since day one have had an incredible mindset and patience. You take on a lot, even as a brand new stylist, and I love that is kind of your outlet. When I get very frustrated too, I do look for help in trainings too, because I know that I'm going to learn something from an Amanda Simon or a Molly Fitch. Like, I just look and see what people better than me are doing. I can always find a good tidbit of information to get me through. Thank you all for jumping on. I think I got through all the questions. If you have other ones, throw them in the chat. We will get to them. There's a lot of leaders here in Boss Nail Babes, a lot of people that are invested in all of you, a lot of people that want to see you enjoying this. Remember, it's supposed to be fun. If it's not fun, you're doing it wrong, okay? Get to where you love what you do. If that is a kit stealer, girl, you be the best damn kit stealer I have ever seen. You steal the heck out of that kit, okay? If you want to be a part-time stylist and you don't want to lead a team, you have no idea how much I respect knowing that people just don't want to lead. Like, some people don't want that responsibility. Thank you, baby Jesus, for telling me. I have mad respect for that. Mad respect. And communicate when your desires and your whys change. Always be looking for a stronger, better, bigger why as to why you're doing this, because it will change your goals and it will change where you see yourself on the spectrum. All right, Taylor says, same, and when you're frustrated and overwhelmed, do not go down the rabbit hole of griping with your friends and getting nothing done. Go get some help. Absolutely. And I think it's important to know that when you ask for help, you're not asking someone to run your business for you or to find the solutions for you. I will help someone with helping them identify their solutions. I don't want to be someone's problem solver all day long, because what I would do for my business won't work for Taylor. Like, maybe I would do this, but I want Taylor to start thinking, like, where could I go for resources? Where could I go for help? How can I? And so I ask a lot of questions now. Instead of being like, this is what you should do for your problem, I'm going to be like, hey, where do you think you could find some solutions? Okay, you're overwhelmed. What can you pull out of your business? What are you doing in your business right now? What's your biggest time suck? Okay, so you're in 18 different stylist groups. Do you really think that's a good use of your time? Where can you find the time to do more follow-up and do less of other things that are not income producing? So those, as a coach and stuff like that, like, I'm not out there, I don't want to tell people what to do. I want them to learn what they need to do, basically. Lorraine says, don't give up, don't quit. Do figure it out, keep on swimming. Absolutely. Lorraine is probably the most positive, best-hearted person on our team. She has given pep talks. She's also one of our all-in leaders. She is in our Road to Executive program. She will probably be one of the soonest upcoming new executives in our team. Just has that mindset that we're looking for in someone that's all in. Not like she doesn't struggle, not like she doesn't have a crazy busy job. She just has that, like, how can I mindset. I love all of you guys so much. Karina, you are killing it. Karina says, I fall back to trainings also. I also look to learn more. We got to be lifetime students. No matter what your goal is, unless you're a kit stealer, in which case, welcome. We love you anyways. You're welcome here. All right, you guys, I'm going to jump off. Just wanted to cover some of these things. If you haven't voted, make sure you go to the poll, because I want to know how to follow up with you guys. Your leaders want to know where you're at and if there's a change. It's okay if they've changed, but fill out that poll so we know how to follow up with you. All right, guys, have a good day.